For the record, ladies and gentlemen, I'm holding this with one hand, and yes, it may shake, and I was thinking about holding it in a different angle, but then it would look like a roof is actually in my head. You could see a little bit of the top. Anyway, but at any rate, I was assaulted. My character was assaulted by a Verizon employee. He's a technician that was supposed to come to my house. The first day he came, and I don't know if it's the same guy, but he didn't show up. I mean, he came and then he left. Then we scheduled it, and he apparently came, did the same thing. So the third day he came, and then he tried to say that my house was dangerous to get into. Now, that's all well and good. People can make accusations all the time. And believe me, it's done every day in the court of law throughout the entire planet. But unfortunately for this person who is, well, quite frankly, a liar, he didn't realize that I'm a 12-year talk show host, 12 and a half years talk show host and videographer. He didn't realize I have a podcast and a blog and a lot of other things. He didn't realize that I have probably 4 to 6 or more thousand pieces of content credited to my name. He didn't realize that I have access to where a lot of the mainstream media have. I actually have, based on my personal integrity and credibility. He didn't realize I've been a journalist and a whole lot of other things. So he thought that I was a typical a typical customer. He thought he would get away with it. And he actually did get away with it for a split second. Because his dispatcher bought into it. I'm telling all of you this because there is actually a very important reason. So please continue tuning in. And I'll get to it. Believe me, I'm chilly. The point that I'm making is simple. What he did was an accusation. So what I will do is a video showing entrance from the street level into my house. Further, I am going to take that camera and do a tour of my house. And when it is on video, we all know video evidence a lot of times convicts criminals or wins civil cases. We know that. Well, young man, and I say that out of respect to humanity, look, in a larger sense, I care about you, but in a personal sense, I think you are a disgrace, especially when you lied. But that's okay. The evidence is going to show that you lied. Now, if I were Verizon, I would fire you personally. I would fire you on the spot. And I would make sure that you never work in this industry for any company again, if it's possible. And the reason is you mistreated your customers. You lied. But for the companies, you actually took money from them for that day of work. You were paid. You didn't do the work, and you basically got paid for nothing. But for all of you listening out there, why did I say this is relevant to you? In life, you're going to be accused of things. In life, you're going to be ripped off by companies of all sorts. And I'm saying to you, take a stand ethically, take a stand physically, legally. When I say physically, I mean if you have to stand up and say, no, I will not take it anymore. If you have to take legal action, do so. Ethical, or report them to the government. I don't care who it is, what it is. Because for far too long around the globe, people have felt helpless. We are not helpless. Let me tell you something. The big box store Walmart is not very great when it comes to treating their employees. And they put a lot of businesses out of business. And I'm not a big fan of Walmart. But it's a huge place. A huge corporation. Well, now all of a sudden, Walmart has done some layoffs, quite a bit. And just this week, layoffs at Kmart, stores closing, and Sears. Now you might think, well, that's terrible, and it is, and I feel bad for the employees. But there's a couple of things that you need to think about here. No corporation, industry, or anybody on earth is better than you. They're not. And they don't have more power than you. In fact, we have more power over the corporations than they have of us. Just so that you know, you have the power to go somewhere else to buy equipment, get your services in a lot of cases. But for Verizon Wireless, Verizon, I would suggest you get your employees under control, the ones who were bad. And with regards to that, I had spoken to about 5 good employees. On a scale from 1 to 10, I gave them a 10, a perfect score. I don't remember every one, but I must say that Mia, whom I don't think even resides in America, I could be wrong, I don't think she does. Mia was definitely a 10 out of a 10. She was like a 15 out of a 10. Out of 1 to 10, she was like a 15. She was really, really good. And then another young lady named Pam. Again, different nation. They had respect and they gave a dang. And they went way beyond the call of their responsibilities. I recommend they are actually promoted and well compensated. That's what you should do, Verizon. But with regards to these other employees, it's time to terminate them. Oh, don't worry, you will have video evidence that they lied to you. You see, America and people around the globe, one thing a person better not do to me, is try to ruin my reputation, because I will take any and all legal means, and in some cases civil and criminal means. And that was outright slander. Don't take it, America. Just don't take it. That's right.